What's up, YouTube? Here's my latest project. It's a 2015 Ford Focus SE. You can tell it's pretty nice. This is another copart car. Kind of cold. I don't want to open the garage though right now, so don't want to get froze out. So here I'm going to show you the inside of it. That's some panels I have there. Some trim panels I have to put back in. So here's the interior. Sorry about the light. Let me get the dome light on here quick. There we go. Helps out a little bit there. So here's the car. It has 49,000 miles on it. Nice and clean now. That's right where one of the trim panels go. Overall, the car's nice. I purchased this. I purchased this a couple weeks ago, and I started a little business doing these cars, you know, as a hobby, just, you know, screwing around, whatever. That's where their trim panel goes. You see right there. But I accidentally bought this car. When I bid on the car, I thought it said Philadelphia, and it wasn't. It was in Pittsburgh. So Pittsburgh is 4.5 hours away from me. So there's no way I was able to get this car. There's no way I was able to pick this car up. So I got a car. I got to transport it from Pittsburgh here. Cost me a lot of money, but needless to say, I got it here. This car was a flood, so I figured, you know, I'll take a gamble on it and purchase it. The water was only in a little bit in the car. There was a water line on it, but obviously now I cleaned it all out and freshened it up. You see my finger right here. Right here is right where the water was. So if you look at the hood release, it was right at the bottom of the hood release. So it really didn't get anything. All the electrical stuff is up real high. It did cause damage to the transmission. Not damage to the transmission, but the sensors in the transmission. That's all sorted out. Everything's good with the car. Like I said, I took a gamble on it. I figured out, you know, I'll try it. Worst case is I have to buy an engine for it or buy a transmission for it. And it'd still be okay. Like I said, it's a really nice car. So I figure I'll do it. So I get the car here, and transport drops the car off. He didn't speak English, and at the time my wife was here, she doesn't speak Spanish, so it was a really hard situation here for her to get the car off the trailer. And I was at work. They were supposed to call me an hour before they got here, and they didn't do it. So I had to call up one of my buddies to come to my house here and unload the car, get the car unloaded for me, which I really appreciated it. So we got the car unloaded while I was at work. I got home then from work, and I pulled the car into the garage, and right away I, you know, opened up the hood. Well, first I assessed the car, and I opened up the hood. I took the coils off, took the spark plugs out. I checked the oil, like the car wouldn't start or anything like that. So I checked the oil and all. The oil was okay. It wasn't overfilled, so there was no water in the engine. But anyway, what I did was I took the spark plugs out, and I put some Marlboro Mystery Oil and some WD-40 down to the cylinders, just in case. You know, I didn't know. Somebody could have changed the oil before I got it, just to hide something. So I did that. The battery is dead in the car. Had to purchase new battery for it also, so it would work. I got the car to turn over, but then I found I had a problem with the transmission. So I'll pop the hood here quick. The car started right up, and it ran great. Like, it was really, really happy. Like, it was pumped, you know. But with these cars, as I found out from my buddy that helped me get the car off the trailer, here's the engine, and this is how it was when I got it. It's nice and clean, so like the car's not really that dirty. But this car's an automatic, and what I found out with these cars is the transmissions are actually manual transmissions. and they have like little motors and servos and stuff that shift the cars into each gear, you know, whatever it calls for. So basically what happened was the sensors were bad. So this is one sensor right here, this big thing here. This is one of them. That went bad, and this is one of the shift solenoids. This was bad. You see how rusty it is. You know, that was actually obviously underwater. But I have a parts car, and I just went for a gamble. I took the parts off the parts car and threw them on here. I put the code scanner back in, cleared the codes out, and it was good. And also I had a lot of help from my buddy. He's a big Ford nut, and he helped me out doing stuff. He helped me out knowledge-wise, not physical help, but knowledge-wise, he helped me out. I did all the work, and I really appreciated it. You know, because I didn't have to buy a transmission or something for it. But right now, it's good. It runs great. It looks good. I did notice, though, that after I got the car here, that this door has a little mark in it. Right there, you can see, and this quarter panel's a little dinged up. I didn't see it in the pictures of the auction. They may have been there. And for what it is, you know. It has things in it, whatever. It's no big deal. I'll repair it eventually. But after I got it started, I didn't realize, you know, that the exhaust was really, really loud. Well, I realized it after I started it. But I didn't know that, you know, what was going on with it. So I have the car jacked up in here and looking. Somebody stole a catalytic converter off of it. So that somebody got, let's say, $50 for the catalytic converter. Well, the catalytic converter. That's going to cost me like $600 to get the converter, to get a new converter back on this car, which was another expense that I didn't know I needed to do. I called Copart. I tried to get a hold of the shipper first. Well, that guy didn't even want to call me back. He basically blocked me. Just, you know, that was it. So I called Copart to see what they're going to do for me, and they said they're going to look into it. But you know what that means. They're not doing anything for me. Which, it is what it is. You know, what am I going to do? It could have been stolen before it got to the auction. I'm going to say it wasn't, because the cuts are nice and clean still. Like, there's no rust or nothing on the cuts. Somebody cut off with a Sawzall. So it wasn't like, you know, it was done like months ago. It was done like within a week or two. And, you know, I'm not stupid. Whatever. So that's another expense I have to add into it. But overall, it's a nice looking car. It doesn't have no kind of smells inside. I had the whole interior ripped out of the car, which now I'm sorry. I should have taken videos of it, but I have just the videos of it put back together. I do these videos when I can, when I have time. This is one of the times I have time right now, so it is back together. Said it smells nice in here. It has the full spare tire. It has the full spare tire, the jack, everything's in it. So it said it's gonna be ready to go in about a week. Hey Finn, hey, and look who came to join us. Finn, hey buddy. Come here, you wanna go in the car? Finny, Finny. My wife just let him out of the house here to come out in the garage with me. Now he's not looking at me. So okay, that's gonna be the end of the video. Thanks a lot, and subscribe.